And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective to current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to going against the nonsense in the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, all of those items on your financial wheel. It's the Real Estate Quarterback Show, Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate, and we're actually a consumer activist now because we want to be, with this show, we're going to engage, we want to entertain and entertain you, but most importantly, we want to engage. So we're going to have some opportunity for you to reach out and help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
And so I want you to pull out your smartphone, save this number in your phone because at some point you're going to need it. It's our Consumer Advocate Hotline. It's 813-917-1894. That's our text line. You can call or text that number.
Baby, don't forget my number.
And realestateradiotampa.com, realestateradiotampa.com, a plethora of resources at our blog site there, and you can see links to all of our preferred partners. And this segment is brought to you by Freedom Boat Club. It's the official recreation partner of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. You know, why buy a boat? What's the old saying there? The greatest 2 days of a boater's life, Robert, you know that one?
When you buy it and when you sell it.
That's right. And so Freedom Boat Club, go say hello to Mike Craig over there. Nationwide network. You can take a boat out pretty much any city you're traveling to within reason. And 13 locations here in Tampa Bay. I have a great time building memories with my friends and family and my lovely daughter on Freedom Boat Club. And our lineup is also, we take a great limo. Today you're going to hear from Roberto Gonzalez. After the show, we limo to lunch with Tampa Limo and Car over to Hula Bay. It's the official restaurant partner of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. And say hello to Mike Finnegan over there as well. So plugging our sponsors. Let's jump into a couple of listings that we've got here. We've got 5506 Beeman Do Loop in Land O'Lakes. It's a great opportunity. If you're watching our TV show now, you see the pictures there. Gorgeous property here, situated on Lake Thomas in a private gated community, a custom-built high-end home. Great opportunity, 4 bedrooms, 5 and 1/2 bath, and it's $1.275 million for this gorgeous property here. And we also have 219 18th Avenue and Indian Rocks Beach. Check out the drone video that's been completed by our expert photographer and drone, Darren Moretti, with his business there. And he's doing these awesome drones. YouTube that link there. You'll see the video of 219 18th Avenue and Indian Rocks Beach. Love those drone videos. It's going up, showing the view of the beach. Literally a 2-minute walk across Gulf Boulevard, and you're on the sugar sand beaches of beautiful Tampa Bay.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, so we got an all-star lineup again. This is Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me. First up is going to be Mr. Robert Hessel. Welcome back in. Source One Solutions, one of the most highly respected in the world of security. Welcome back in.
Thanks for having us, Brandon. It's good to be here. You know what I'm more excited about, though, than even being on the show right now?
The Bolts.
Game 5 tonight, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Go Bolts.
There we go. Excellent. Yep, and we're going to talk a lot about home automation and security with Robert of Source One Solutions. He's the CEO and president. And then also next up is going to be Roberto Gonzalez, Tampa Limo and Car. Welcome in.
Thank you for having me, Brandon. It's an awesome opportunity to talk about the Bolts and limousines in the Tampa Bay area and things like that. Thanks for having me.
Hey, my pleasure. And as always, my trusty co-host here, Jason Salmon, the Wolf.
Thanks, Brandon. Always great to be here. Today we have some incredible questions from some of our listeners for the Ask the REQB segment, as well as some other news in real estate and business. So stay with us.
Excellent.
And now I know for sure I just added 2 more guys to my wolf pack.
So we got the wolf pack in the house here today. So we're having a lot of fun. You know, our number one goal, we have a QAA formula with this show. You're going to have questions as consumers out there. We're going to have answers. But most importantly, we're going to provide action items on how you can live a better life. And ultimately, the first offer of the day, what we're going to do, you know, for the first 5 listeners who text in, if you text the word value, what we're going to do is a free comparable market analysis for you. Basically, a free appraisal on your home. The same thing you pay $500 for an appraisal in some cases. We're going to give you the same data for free. You want to know what your neighbors are doing, what's going on in the neighborhood, how many short sales, foreclosures, what's happening, and maybe be a little nosy. And who knows, maybe they're being nosy on you. But pull out your smartphone, text the word value to our consumer advocate hotline. It's 813-917-1894, and we will pull that comparable market analysis. Mr. John Barcelo, another one of our great partners associated with the Pinellas Realtor organization, with his appraisal firm over there. And so let's go ahead and jump into this great content. A lot of good stuff to talk about. We've got loan demand surges of fear of rising rates. We're going to jump into that and more from our experts in studio. And this show's for everyone. I want to remind you, it doesn't matter if you're climbing that corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in the back of your truck on the way to work. We want to be here to help you as a consumer advocate and a consumer activist and help you live a better life. We're just Tampa Bay's number one connector here, a super connector. So first up is Mr. Robert Hessel, Source One Solutions. What's been going on, man?
Summertime is here, so the hot topic in our company is from parents now. We've got kids that are old enough to maybe be home at school by themselves, but they still want to know what's going on and provide a level of safety for them and some insight onto what they're doing at home. So the big topics of a discussion for us have been video in a home, and video alerts. So when one of their kids comes home and they disarm their security system, they get a picture of the kids walking through the door so they can make sure they've not got 7 kids from the neighborhood with them because they're not allowed to have friends over.
Yeah.
We've also got a lot of demand on the GPS tracking units that we talked about a few weeks ago on the show.
Very cool.
Setting up time restraints so that way if the cars move when it's not supposed to, they know. But also setting up geofencing. Hey, it's all right for my kids to be in Pinellas County, but they know they're not supposed to be over the bridge in Hillsborough. They're not supposed to be in Pasco or down in Manatee. We can let those parents know as soon as one of those boundaries are crossed, they immediately get an alert notification.
That's awesome technology, man. It reminds me of, I was watching on one of the news channels here locally. It had the shady guy that's kind of following the kid home from school, and then she opens up the door, and then all of a sudden he closes that gap of about 15 or 20 yards. He's there. Yeah. So that if you had this technology, you would see that.
That's right. That's really scary because he's probably going to make her shut the alarm off, use her safe code. Hopefully, she knows enough to send in a distress code because there's actually a distress code that we set up that says I'm in trouble. It's going to shut off the alarm, but it means immediately dispatch the police.
Wow.
But if you've got that video and it's integrated into the security system, daughter opens up that door and walks in. That video clip is immediately emailed to mom, dad, whoever it may need to go to, and they can watch that video clip live and they can see that there's trouble. They can immediately dispatch the police as well.
Yeah, that's great. And this last couple of weeks too, we had some realtors getting in trouble with security issues and showing properties. So it's always, I'm of the mindset, and I'm one of these concealed permit holders, and I'm of the mindset that hey, it's a crazy world. Even though sometimes it's not in the forefront of our minds, it's we're creatures of habit. But Source One Solutions here, Robert Hessel, he can definitely help you in these areas.
Absolutely. We want to help keep you safe and sound, and it's more than just having a security system. I think it's one of the questions coming up later today, but we integrate smart, intelligent security systems, not just something there to make some noise and call the police, but we want to help your lifestyle, give you more time back in your day by automating things in your home and making your life easier, which gives you more time for everything that you want to do.
That's right. And speaking of the Bolts and Amalie Arena, you're in charge of that facility for some events.
Yes, we do the commercial security for the arena, so there's a lot of excitement in our company because we're very proud of that. We've done it for a long time. They're playing phenomenally this year, and we feel like we're a part of the team. So.
Yeah, and you think about the ripple down effect of the Tampa Bay, the playoff push we've had here with the Lightning and just all the things happening locally. We've had Bob Buckhorn on the show, Mayor Kreisman, Mayor Credikas, and what a great area we live in here, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater. To me, it's the best place in the United States to be investing in real estate. You look at the jobs, you look at the lack of an absence of a state income tax, you look at the affordability, the cost of money right now. I mean, I tell you, it's a great place here to live, work, and play. We enjoy it, don't we?
We do. We love
Absolutely.
it. The weather's fantastic. I mean, it couldn't be a better place to live. You're right. Tampa hockey's back on the map. I mean, we've got 4 years before a contract dispute. These young kids are going to be together for a long time. We've got a great coach now with the Bucks, a real disciplinarian. Yeah. Got the number 1 draft pick. And Tampa is just a place to be now. Jeff Phoenix dumping tons of money into an area that for so long has been neglected and has got such great potential. So I don't know. There's no reason not to be excited about what's going on in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. absolutely. And want to remind you as well, we're the good guys here in Tampa Bay. We are working with the Children's Cancer Center. We got a gelatin plunge going on. If you're driving around here Saturday morning, shoot over to 1515 West Shore. It is the AAA building. We got a gelatin plunge going on from 11 to 2. And also shouts out to a friend of the program, Mr. Warwick Dunn.
Warwick Dunn. Warwick spins to the 10. He's to the 5. 4-2. Touchdown.
And again, that's the goal of this show. You know, is we want to be a super connector. I want to remind you here is I want you to think of this show as the hub of your financial wheel. And each spoke extending out is going to represent another one of our preferred partner. Over 50 show partners now associated with the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Lots of different areas that we can help you in, help you formulate a game plan. You know, don't go at it alone. We want you to focus on being a good husband, wife, doctor, dentist, lawyer, construction worker, whatever your line of work is. We want to allow you to focus on that and leave these things to us because that's where we're experts at. And a lot of times it's a situation where you don't know what you don't know. So we want to engage you. We want to have you reaching out, checking out our website. You know, our website's been getting a lot of hits, realestateradiotampa.com, helping a lot of people. Jason's going to have some questions from our Ask the REQB segment. And also when we come back, we're going to be talking about loan demand surges on fear of rising rates. You know, what's happening with the Fed, quantitative easing, that whole process, and Janet Yellen. Is she going to raise the interest rates, short-term interest rates, and what does that affect on you and your plan? So you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and Crushcraft Marketing, as well as our marketing in-house marketing firm. And this segment is brought to you by Captain Will Smith, Tampa Executive Airport, teaching me how to get my pilot license up there in the beautiful blue skies. And before we jump back into this great content here, I want to touch on a couple of hot listings we've got. Actually had Captain Will Smith talk about this property on Merlin Drive in Newport Richey. It's in Hidden Lake Estates. It's a fly-in community. You know, a lot of us have garages attached where we might store our car or a boat. These folks up here in this Newport Richey off of Merlin Drive, they actually store an airplane. So that's going to be one of my goals here. Want to maybe put that on the 3 to 5 year goal list there, is have my own airplane in my hangar and right outside. We'll shoot down to Key West or something for a burger. You join me there, Robert?
Lane baller.
Yeah, we could. REQB. And so we got Merlin Drive here for $89,000. What a great opportunity here with this fly-in community. And we also have 4704 Ashton Court. And this property's been getting a lot of showings. I just want to pitch it this one last time because we're probably going to get an offer on it this week. Stonehenge, 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the Carrollwood area, $228,000 property at 4704 Ashton Court in Tampa. Beautiful pride of ownership definitely shines through in this property. And have you ever wanted to own your own hotel? Well, I've got a great opportunity for you here at 636 Corey Avenue in St. Petersburg Beach. And it's a small hotel, rare income opportunity to own an income-generating property within steps of St. Pete Beach. Again, you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Got a great lineup here. I've got Mr. Robert Hessel. He's the president and CEO of Source One Solutions, our security partner, home automation partner, and also got Roberto Gonzalez of Tampa Limo and Car going to be coming up. But I asked Mr. William Crawley to call in and give us an update on all things credit. It's very important that you monitor that credit. And William, what's the update, brother?
Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up? Go Bucks and go Lightning.
That's right. Go Bolts. Be the Thunder.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the credit scores, a lot of people are calling me, and it's in the news as well, about the credit scores. How do you get your credit score up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The bottom line is, before people should entertain the idea of getting the credit score up, let's use the legal approach using the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Get this information, address the negative information on the credit report, because a lot of times people are adding positive trade lines and not knowing that you can convert a lot of those negative trade lines into positive, like a mortgage that's been paid off with severe delinquency, a card that's been paid off with severe delinquency, or even credit cards. This information has been illegally put on the credit report, so you can address this through using the Fair Credit Reporting Act, have this information removed, changing a negative account to a positive account, thus making your score go up. So a lot of people are being, I guess you would say, redundant and going out there and adding positive trade lines and not addressing the negative issues that are existing on the credit report. So address those negative issues using the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and we could be a security system for your credit report. I heard the gentleman talking about a security system for the house. We could be a security system for the credit report by using the Fair Credit Reporting Act.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, and so it's been all over the news, and I mean, people have been calling me all year long about this information, and I tell people, do the simple and quickest way and the most legal. A lot of times people do become a authorized user. The lenders, and Jason or some of the lenders may talk about this, the lenders aren't really acknowledging authorized user any longer. So you have to get the credit card in your name or convert the negative credit cards into a positive account, positive status.
Yeah, William, there's so much bad information, misinformation out there about credit. We weren't taught it in school. There's no credit police. So what we want to do now is we want to offer a credit package. Again, that's William Crowley calling in. He's a credit magician here. I mean, I tell you, he's the best I've ever worked with. And what he's going to do, he's got a credit package now. We're going to offer this for the first 5 listeners. We've got to limit these because my phone just blows up when we offer these packages. So for the first 5 listeners who text the word credit to our consumer advocate hotline. Now, if you're not a texter, you can call, and my promise is to get back with you before my head hits the pillow. But if you text the word credit now, for the first 5 listeners, we're going to give you a package here, a credit package. It's going to teach you some things. It's text to 813-917-1894. That's our consumer advocate hotline, 813-917-1894. And what we're going to do is going to teach you how to opt out of pre-screening. It's going to teach you how to obtain an actual free credit report. And here's a hint. It's not those guys jumping around on the television screen strumming the guitar and, they're going to back end solicit you with your credit card information and all that. And it's also going to give you an opportunity to sit down and have a consultation with Mr. William Crawley. So text the word credit and we'll get you that. And we already have a couple coming in. So there's a couple spaces left for that free credit package and a sit-down consultation with Mr. William Crawley. And William, will you make house calls as well? People want you to go to their house?
Oh, yeah, that's no problem. Definitely.
Okay, excellent. Well, hey, thanks for calling in. I appreciate those nuggets of advice, and thanks for being an expert contributor on the Real Estate Quarterback Show.
You got it, buddy. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about our transportation partner here now. We've got Roberto Gonzalez, Tampa Limo and Car, TampaLimoandCar.com. Welcome into the studio, and tell us a little bit more about your company.
Tampa Limo and Car was birthed 5 years ago.
Okay.
And in Tampa, and I'm excited about the company. I'm excited about being in the Tampa Bay area because so many things are happening in the Tampa Bay area, so much growth. The company mainly does not sell the steak. You know, we about the sizzle.
That's right.
Every transportation company can provide transportation. What we do different is we provide amenities that separate us from the rest. You know, we have water, orange juice, apple juice, Diet Coke in our vehicles besides just water.
Yep.
We personalize our clients' trips by asking them questions like what's their favorite musical artist, what's their favorite soft drink, and we provide those things for them when they get picked up. So that little special touch, and get this, we're the only ones that have complimentary hands-free back massages in our vehicle.
Very nice. That's cool. I haven't heard that before.
It's that added touch, you know.
I love it.
And one of the greatest joys I get being the owner at Tampa Limo and Car is being able to employ people that are chauffeurs and can actually go out and support their families.
Yeah.
Tampa Limo and Car giving new meaning to TLC, buddy.
That's right. Yeah, you're creating jobs. It's an opportunity, and we appreciate the relationship. You know, we always have a great time. Our driver is a very professional, does a great job, and we limo over to Hula Bay, our official restaurant partner, and we really enjoy that opportunity as well. And what else is happening? What are you seeing out there? Maybe a success story, or how else things going?
Well, so many stories, but as far as it's a good success story, I would say the weddings, the proms that we've done, we've gotten so much positive feedback on our personal touch.
Yep.
You know, what we do as far as calling the parents and letting them know where their kids are whenever we pick them up and drop them off. They like that sort of stuff. And one of the parents came over actually to the office and actually expressed how grateful she was by giving us a gift certificate to a restaurant.
Oh, that's nice.
That was pretty cool. I was like, wow, good impact we had. So
that's right.
Yeah, and I love being part of the show.
We're going to pick up on that on the next segment, but you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. And we come back, I'm going to have Jason Salmon, our co-host, comment on this. Loan demand surges on fear of rising rates. And more from our experts in studio. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Check out our blog site at realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. I'm a top listing agent in Tampa, featured in Florida Realtor Magazine multiple times, recognized for my innovation with marketing, search engine optimization, YouTube video marketing, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. And listening to a great show here. We've got some opportunities here for professional partners out there. We're still looking for a few partners out there. Roofing category comes to mind. So if you're thinking about that, check us out on realestateradiotampa.com. Submit the form. We want you to use that. There's a form there. You can submit it. It sends it an email directly to me. We want you to use that as a channel of communication. Also for our listeners out there, if there's anything that's on your mind, financially related, business, real estate, security, estate planning, tax planning, all these different areas. We want to be that resource. We want to help you, avoid all that commission-based advice and some of these mistakes that you're happening by choosing the wrong representation with your real estate or any of these areas of interest. We want to help you with that. And this segment is brought to you by JW Assurance. Jeremy Wolins, our insurance partner. JW Assurance for all of your insurance needs. You should be getting a yearly checkup on that as well. Jason, they should definitely be doing that. And so let's talk about this, Jason. A little pitch and catch here. We got loan demand surges on fear of rising rates. It says application for fixed rate mortgages climbed to the highest level in nearly a year as borrowers rush to lock in interest rates before they jump higher. Total mortgage application activity for refinances on home purchases rose 8.4% week over week on a seasonally adjusted basis for the week ending June 5. Mortgage Bankers Associated reported that on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think that's kind of crazy. And some of that is really based on, the Fed comes out with these reports, and a lot of the information on it is very interestingly worded, where they'll give you these speculative words like, we are considering the possibility of maybe not probably raising rates.
Yeah, exactly.
And so everyone speculates, they're going to do it, they're not. But they've been so low for so long that it really makes sense that the loan market is surging right now.
Yeah, it really does. And then I got a weekly economic update email to me by Gerald Slutsky. He's our estate planning partner. He emailed this to me, and it says, no letting up in hiring in May. It says last Thursday, the International Monetary Fund took the unusual step of offering the Federal Reserve some advice. It urged the central bank not to raise interest rates until 2016, given the large hiring gains this spring. The Fed may choose to ignore that recommendation. U.S. employers added 280,000 new workers last month. Since the labor force participation rate slightly increased, the jobless rate ticked up to 5.5% in May. So, yeah, exactly. And it gives it's a lot of speculation. What we can say as real estate professionals in the market, we have a helicopter view here with our real estate show and the TV show that we've got. We're doing some transactions here, and we see things happening in the marketplace. But when you think about the Federal Reserve and mortgage rates and the effect of a real estate transaction, let's think about one real estate transaction. You've got title, mortgage, inspections, home decorating, home design, decor, contractors, home security, automation, and all these different buyer agent, seller agent, all these different people affected by a real estate transaction. I would hate to see for our Federal Reserve, make a move in the wrong direction here that could really hurt our economy.
Yeah, and it's not to say they haven't done it before. Even before the crash, way back when the Great Depression happened, one of the reasons that happened was they, in a situation in which you usually expand the monetary supply, they contracted it. They contracted it hard, and that's why we got hit the way we did. So I think in general, most of the time, the Federal Reserve does what's best for the Federal Reserve and not what's best, for the general population there.
Yeah, it's like that movie Inside Job that Tony Robbins talked about in his new book, and where the term iatrogenic, he kind of leads off the book with talking about the term iatrogenic. Anybody know what it is? Any chance?
No one does.
It's the exactly. It's a term that's created by the medical industry. That iatrogenic means it's actually the second largest cause of death in the United States. Really? And what it is, it's death by an improper or misdiagnosed or a doctor error, hospital error. So it does no good. It doesn't serve the medical community to come out and say, hey, this is a mistake that was made. Here's what happened. We did the wrong procedure. That's why they died. So they come up with this term called iatrogenic. And so getting on a little bunny trail there.
But it's a fancy word that's kind of made to confuse you. You know what I mean? That's a lot of the Fed policies, quantitative easing, and all that stuff. if you asked 30 people in the street, I guarantee you maybe one could to tell you what quantitative easing is.
Exactly.
But it's made to be complicated on purpose so that you don't ask questions, so that so you don't understand anything. And that's kind of what we'd like to be here for you, is a resource for you, as a consumer activist.
Yeah, absolutely. And what further, what's happened is we went through QE 1, 2, 3, all these different injection of stimulus. So let's break it down for the common layperson out there, the listeners of these shows, is that, hey, listen, remember Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, they're hitting a lot of home runs and they looked a little bit bigger. They're getting injected with some stimulus, some growth, right? So they're hitting a lot less home runs, and that's what's going on with our economy now. Since we had this meltdown back in 07, 08, our economy has been injected with stimulus, and that's, again, why the Altman brothers came out a few weeks, they had that show in California, and they're talking about real estate being potentially the next global currency, and I believe that's so true because, hey, real estate, you got a house, you got to have a roof, you got to live somewhere, and it's an opportunity to have the asset insured. Oh, well, what about a fire? What about flood? Well, you insure the house.
Exactly.
Well, what if I have to move? Well, you rent the house out. It's its own currency. But back to the point of the rates. Will the rates increase? I think they will, and I think it's coming at the end of the summer, very soon here, midsummer, late summer. So, for you as a homeowner or potentially a renter, man, you got to get off that fence. We want you reaching out to Mark and Tony over at Integrity Financial Services. Check us out at our website or program this hotline in your phone. It's 813-917-1894, and we want you reaching out to Mark and Tony at Integrity Financial Services and set up a consultation with us as well. We'll come out. We'll talk to you about your real estate. It's a great time. It's probably the best time to ever move up, move down, move closer to the beach. Make that move that you're thinking about doing. But believe me, a year from now when rates are 7-8% and they're trying to slow down this economic growth, you're not going to be thinking as hard about it. You want to do it right now.
Or even refinancing. Refinancing can be a great idea right now, with rates as low as they are. And something you mentioned actually, with the Mark McGwire thing is that, the juice is loose, Yeah. It's so injected, it's on steroids. And so the question is, what happens when you cut off the steroids? Can you still hit home runs?
Exactly.
So this could be your chance, to hit a home run, before it all goes away.
Yeah. The other side of that coin is that the homes are appreciating. You still got appreciation happening. So if you buy now, it's like buying into an asset that is going to appreciate. And again, JW Assurance, our insurance partner, you get it insured. Jason is a buyer specialist here. We've got Danielle is a great buyer specialist. Darlene, we got a great team here that can help find you the right property at the right price. And we're also negotiation experts as well. So we're on a team here. We got the real estate quarterback team, and sometimes you want to huddle up and call an audible. Looking for my button there, it's gone. Oh wait, here it is. Omaha. You want to call an audible, sometimes in life you call that audible, you huddle up and you put together a new game plan. So right now with the Fed doing what they might potentially do, let's call that audible, let's huddle up and let's get that game plan. Let's get that question out from the social media there, Jason.
Sure. So we got another edition of Ask the Real Estate Quarterback, brought to you by Platinum MVP Realty and Crushcraft Marketing. And for all the realtors out there, if you're interested in joining our stellar team, if you want a confidential interview, go ahead and text Realtor to 813-917-1894. If you send that text out now, we'll make sure to reach out to you before our head hits the pillow. So our first question today is going to come from Terrence via Twitter, and he wanted to know, I've been hearing a lot about home automation. What exactly is that? How does it work? How does it benefit me? Robert, do you have some good news on that?
Sure, I do. I can help with that. Home automation, we call connected home, or smart home is another term that you hear about it. But automation is automating and allowing you control of things inside of your home even when not there. So I can set up lights on a schedule. I can set up my HVAC on a schedule, but an intelligent schedule. That's the difference in having a timed thermostat that says I'm going to turn on at 5 p.m. And a true Honeywell integrated thermostat that actually has analytics built into it that learns your cooling system. So rather than turning on at 5 p.m. to get it to 70 degrees, it realizes you're going to be home at 5 p.m. and it starts in the most energy efficient way possible at a point in the day to make sure it's 70 degrees when you get home, cutting 15% off your energy bill. Same thing with lights. We can integrate your lights. So when I go to bed and I set my security alarm, I want the front room light to turn off. I want the outside light to turn on, and I'm good to go. Don't have to make any more action. When I get up in the morning and I disarm the security system, I want the front room light to turn back on. I want the outside light to turn back off. So just about anything that you can think of inside of your home, we can automate and give you the control of. So, how big is your budget is how much cool stuff you can do in your home.
And it's important to note that Honeywell, the technology that Honeywell has developed, a lot of consumers out there, they, again, they try to sell their house on their own. They try to save a little bit of money, for sale by owner, or last week Danny was saying they try to do their own estate sale. Let the professionals handle it, because we're going to maximize the sale, but specifically for security and automation, we've seen in the news that, over the years here, people buying those little smaller knockoffs that you might buy somewhere. Robert, can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's I watch those commercials and I get crazy about it, because we've got people out there selling a device that you install yourself at home and you be monitored for $15 a month. Well, who's monitoring you?
Yep.
And I bet you can't get that question answered from any of those companies. Source One Solutions, we use the highest rated central station in the country. Only 10% of the central stations in the country have the certifications. We're a UL listed central station. Not to mention, our guys know what they're doing when it comes time to put a security system in. Not that you couldn't help us and do some bits and pieces of it, but there's got to be some kind of peace of mind when it comes to protecting your investments and protecting your family.
And the big point also is that those are more susceptible to being hacked.
Absolutely. They're not built with encryption. Who knows where they were built. Honeywell is the single largest manufacturer of security and automation products in the world.
Yeah.
If you look at your home right now, you've probably got a Honeywell thermostat.
Yeah.
It just may not be an intelligent thermostat, but you've probably got one in there. It's very hard to go somewhere and not see something from Honeywell.
Yeah, the technology these days, it's amazing with what we're doing with technology and where it's even going. I mean, what might be an emerging trend or something that you may have heard of that we haven't even heard of yet? You have something out there?
Stay tuned to see what's going to happen with the Apple Watch and Honeywell.
Oh, cool. Nice little teaser there. Excellent. Just in time for our next segment. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I want to touch on a couple of hot listings here. I just listed a corner lot here at Gun Highway. It's 500 by 150. It's at 4 Oaks Road and Gun Highway. 12203 4 Oaks Road and Gun Highway. $325,000 for this large parcel of land. Could be a convenience store, any type of business, bank. I mean, it's right there in the heart. And also have a 27-acre ranch in the heart of Tampa on Gardner Road. If you know of any developers out there, or the owner would absolutely love to keep it as a ranch. It's been operating as a youth ranch here for the last 30 years, but it's right in the heart of Tampa, just south of the Citrus Park Mall. I've got 27 acres there. Can you imagine 27 acres in the heart of Tampa, the value of that? Well, we're selling it for $49,000 an acre, and if you know anything about real estate, that's a great price. So we want to have you reaching out more from our experts in our lightning round when we come back. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Check out our blog at realestateradiotampa.com, and you can see our live stream there. You can also see links to all of our preferred partners at realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Brandon Rhymes here, host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show. This segment is brought to you by The Maids Cleaning Service. Doing a great job. They come in with 4 people and are in and out of your home, and they do an excellent job on cleaning my condo here in Tampa. The Maids Cleaning Service. Say hello to Dominique. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And got a couple of hot listings here. We've got 13618 Greenfield Drive. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo here in beautiful Tampa. It's the Greenfield mid-rises there, just located just off of Del Mabry over there by Village and Fletcher. Golf course view, beautiful opportunity. And I've got 2333 Tampa Road. It's 2 acres, MOL, listed at $800,000 across the street from the Ferrari dealership. So that tells you a little bit about the community there. Great opportunities just on the west side of 19 and on the east side of Belcher. And I also have Trackside in Odessa. This is a 0 Trackside Odessa. It's a great opportunity to build a nice home here. And I know a great home builder as well. His name is Mark Ruttenberg and Ron Schulte, who's going to be on the show next week with Mark Ruttenberg Homes. Beautiful zero energy, green, solar, all the best buzzwords here of the latest trends in technology and saving money. With the Real Estate Quarterback Show and all of our partners. So, again, over 50 show partners now, ranging from CPAs, financial advisors, 3 or 4 different types of attorneys, solar technologies, new homes, automation, security, all the best experts here in the Tampa Bay market. We've assembled this team to help you sort through a lot of that nonsense out there in the mainstream media and provide you quality introductions. We want to be that super connector, make you more street smart. Number one, educate you with the show, but we want to be that turnkey solution so you can avoid all that commission-based advice, a lot of that bad advice out there, quite frankly. And so let's go to our question there, Jason.
Yeah, so this question actually comes in from Facebook, and it's from Sarah, and she wanted to know, I recently purchased a home. I hear a lot of different security companies out there, but I don't know if it's really worth it or what the value is. Robert, what do you think about that?
Well, absolutely, you should have a security system. Number one, it's going to give you some homeowners insurance deductions. If you submit that you're being alarmed, monitored by a licensed company like Source One is, you'll get a deduction in your insurance. Not to mention, we've talked about all the cool things that you can do. Energy saving aside of giving you that safety and peace of mind. I don't know if she has children, but integrating cameras and things like that could be a real benefit for her.
Let's get that offer in. I appreciate you bringing this offer to the table here, Robert. Go ahead. Let's get that in.
Yeah, it's perfect for Sarah, who's just on the fence and doesn't know. So we're going to give away 3 Links Touch connected or automated security systems, and that includes installation. All you'll be responsible to do is pay for the monitoring if you want us to monitor it.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
So what we want you to do is go ahead and text in to the Real Estate Quarterback Show's Consumer Advocate Hotline. Again, $1,000 value. Thanks for offering that, Robert, for our listeners out there. So text security or Source One Security to 813-917-1894. And if you're one of the first lucky 3, we're going to offer that for you. And again, it is a in-home, what's the deal again?
Wireless. It's a Links Touch.
Links Touch.
Wireless security system, obviously made by Honeywell.
Nice. Compliments of Robert Hessel. He's the president and CEO of Source One Solutions here locally in Largo, another local-based company. So thanks for offering that. Again, the text line is 813-917-1894. And we are now entering the lightning round. All right, so best consumer advocate tips, things to do, things to avoid, Mr. Salmon.
My first one is going to be hire professional. Just like you were talking about with security or even with limo companies, realtors, hire professional. I always like to use the analogy of a courtroom, and a lawyer. Would you represent yourself in a courtroom? Probably not. And so I think in the same sense, hire professional. There's so much value in peace of mind. I think that's really key. And so that's what you need to do.
That's right. And Roberto, consumer advocate tip, things to do, things to avoid.
I always like to tell consumers to make sure that when they call a company, that they have the proper insurance, that they chauffeurs have been properly criminally background checked.
Yeah.
And because there's companies out there that are coming up and that are not properly licensed. And we have the general public's safety in our hands. So that's what I would advise everyday clients.
Yeah,
make sure.
Properly licensed, bonded, insured. For certain industries, it makes more sense to be bonded.
Exactly.
But licensed, insured, bonded, check them out. Check out their ratings. And, anybody associated with the Real Estate Quarterback Show, we've already done that for you. So, Mr. Robert Hessel, consumer advocate tip.
Definitely stay away from the gimmicks on TV. If it's too good to be true, it is. If you're going to put a security system in, make sure it's from a licensed. You've got to have a license to be an authorized security company, a licensed security company. Ask the questions: who's monitoring this? Where's this product made at? Don't fall for this stuff that you're seeing on TV. It's just nonsense. I know how much it costs to do this stuff. You can't do it for what they're doing it, which means the service is bad.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You see all these bait and switch tactics, things happening out there in the community, and yeah. So the consumer advocate tips here from the Real Estate Quarterback this week is, what we want to do is help align you with the best professionals in the marketplace, and a lot of times when you think about real estate and credit and finance, and just in business in general, we had Jarek Robbins on the show a couple weeks back. We had Chris Brogan last week as well. And these folks have basically supported Tony Robbins and his philosophy of life supports that which supports life, which is exactly what we're doing with HomestringUSA.org, where we give away a mortgage-free property to veterans. For every 25th to 30th home that we sell, we give away a mortgage-free property to veteran, active military, first responders. Children's Cancer Center, we just raised around $1,800 last week, and we're going to raise $100,000 cumulatively. And that's not just us, but that's everybody involved with Casper's company, third annual Children's Cancer Center, Gelatin Plunge. So these types of work done charities. He's helped home ownership for single parents with 143 homes at this point now. Wow. So those are the types of folks that we model and the things that we're doing here. And the more that we can align ourselves and our businesses with helping others, it's, back to that quote, life supports that which supports life. And so what we're seeing is that we're having all of these different types of folks come into our world, so to speak. I do the meditation. I believe in meditation and, have a spiritual life as well. But, the more you align, the universe is going to bring that to you. God, the source, whatever you believe is going to bring it into your life. And the other thing, if you're going through a hard time, which a lot of folks are with the economy and things happening, you just got to have faith, and you've got to engage in persistent action, meaning, get up, make sure you make your calls, make your lead calls, follow up, be persistent with your workout schedule, those types of things. So that's the consumer advocate tip here. From the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Yeah,
I think that's huge. And actually, I have a consumer advocacy tip that kind of plugs into, to what Roberto does. And actually, it's, we got these big games. We got the Lightning play and everything like that. There's going to be some drinking out there, and so the big point, I think, is, don't drink and drive, hire Roberto Gonzalez and Tampa Bay Limo and make sure that you make the right decision, make the safe decision.
Yeah, TampaLimoandCar.com, TampaLimoandCar.com, Roberto. And, of course, you can reach us on our consumer advocate hotline, the 917-1894. And check out realestateradio.tampa.com. We've got a plethora of resources there. We're blogging this out. You can catch replays of our show on iTunes.com. We have all of our podcasts there. We've got a Savvy card also, another cool technology that, if you're brave enough and you're one of these folks that find that new idea and you want to engage in it, here's an opportunity for you. All you have to do is text REQB, like Real Estate Quarterback. Text REQB to 72889. That's a short code. It's 72889. And you'll see our Savvy card. It's the best technology. It's a computer. It's basically a digital business card. It has links to all of my partners on it as well. You can see all of our listings that we talked about today. So text REQB to 72889 to see our Savvy card and that technology. So, everything we're doing here is forward thinking and the best of technologies.
Yeah, I think that's huge, and the Savvy card, is really amazing. You can see all the listings, and it really just helps, promote all the incredible companies that we've spent the time vetting. Like you said, you don't have to take the time, and I mean, you're welcome to do all the research you want, but we spent hours and hours, vetting each and every one of our partners, and so it's just really an incredible opportunity here.
That's right. Hey, another great show. Thanks again, all the interns involved, all of our team behind the scenes, all of our show producers, Aaron, and all the guys in the back there. Thanks so much, Robert. Thanks for being a partner of the show and coming in with great advice and great consumer advocate tips. Roberto, thanks for coming in, and we'll see you next week, same place, time. Check out realestateradio.tampa.com.